Here is a real test, therefore, of Anthony Albanese's credibility. Enough is enough when you're in opposition, but when you get into government, head for the hills. Julian Assange has been in prison without any conviction. He's an Australian. Whatever your opinion might be, he's one of us. He professionally is an Australian publisher. He's not accused of hacking. He's the first publisher in history to be charged with espionage, and he faces 175 years in prison, all for engaging in regular journalistic activity, basically exposing what he believed was political corruption. In fact, one strategist on the Clinton side of things, a bloke by the name of Bob Beckel, actually called for Assange to be assassinated. The Republican Senator Rand Paul has said the founding fathers would have protected WikiLeaks at all costs, and it's time we inherit their spirit. What has to be said is that Julian Assange didn't hack the US records, nor did he assist Chelsea Manning to hack the US service. She already had access to the documents in question. Indeed, Chelsea Manning took full responsibility for obtaining the documents. All Assange and WikiLeaks did was passively receive information, then assist in protecting Manning as a source and publish the cables, just as the New York Times or The Guardian or other media organisations do. Indeed, Chelsea Manning has said, quote, "Although I stopped sending documents to WikiLeaks, no one associated with WikiLeaks pressured me into giving more information. The decisions I made to send documents and information to WikiLeaks were my own decisions, and I take full responsibility for my actions." But because Julian Assange published, as did other media organisations, he's currently in a maximum security prison in the UK. During the trial of Chelsea Manning, it was confirmed that no US personnel were put at risk or harmed due to the publications. The Assange case has been going on for over 10 years. Understandably, respected psychiatrists have identified Julian Assange as a person at high risk of suicide. On one occasion on his way to court, he was handcuffed 11 times, strip-searched twice, and his case notes were confiscated by prison authorities. In 2010 and 2011, WikiLeaks published material provided by Chelsea Manning, who was born Bradley Manning, a former United States Army soldier who was convicted in 2013 of violations of the Espionage Act after leaking material to WikiLeaks. She was imprisoned from 2010 to 2017, but then her sentence was commuted by President Obama. In other words, she was pardoned. Not so Julian Assange. Barnaby Joyce has made a very valid point that America, which has been pursuing Mr. Assange for years, quote, would never hand over one of their citizens in the form they are asking the UK to hand over one of ours. Said Barnaby Joyce, if he is deported, he should be deported to Australia. Barnaby Joyce is right when he said, Mr. Assange never stole any files. Bradley Manning did. He said Mr. Assange did publish them, but that was not a crime in Australia at the time. Mr. Assange was not in the US. Well, that's a background and it's detailed, but I don't apologise for it. Gabriel Shipton is the brother of Julian Assange, and he joins me. Gabriel, I thought I'd just explain all that because none of it makes sense. What is the latest, Gabriel?
Well, Julian submitted his perfected appeal points. It's a very, very broad appeal. This is his last chance in the UK. He submitted that to the UK High Court. But all this time, he remains in prison. The US has an opportunity now to respond to those appeal points. So they have about 8 weeks to do that. So Julian will remain in this maximum security prison where this is his 4th year in there. He's been there for 3 and this is his 4th year. So this whole time as this endless legal proceeding goes on and on, Julian remains, next door to him there are murderers on both sides of his cells. He's an innocent man. He's a gentle genius, a publisher. He's never even had a traffic fine, yet he finds himself in this situation for exposing the war crimes of the United States.
Right.